Today, we explore a chilling story that has captivated Netflix audiences, a tale of obsession, manipulation, and the unsettling reality of stalking. This is the story of Baby Reindeer, a real-life account that blurs the lines between victim and villain. Baby Reindeer centers on Richard Gadd, a comedian and actor whose life takes a terrifying turn when he becomes the target of a relentless stalker. What begins as a chance encounter evolves into a psychological thriller, revealing the darker aspects of human behavior. Richard Gadd first met his stalker, Martha, during one of his comedy shows. Martha was an ordinary audience member who approached Richard for a simple autograph. Little did he know, this seemingly innocent interaction would mark the beginning of a years-long nightmare. Initially, Martha's contact seemed benign, messages of admiration and requests for coffee. But soon, her communications grew increasingly obsessive. As a public figure, Richard initially dismissed the attention as part of the job. However, Martha's behavior escalated rapidly from admiration to fixation. Over time, Martha's actions became more intrusive. She began showing up uninvited at Richard's shows, his home, and even his family gatherings. She sent countless messages and letters, some expressing undying love, while others contained veiled threats. The situation worsened when Martha started accusing Richard of reciprocating her feelings and leading her on. Despite Richard's attempts to distance himself, Martha's persistence only grew stronger. She would wait for hours outside his house and follow him to different cities where he performed. Her obsession was consuming her life, and it was beginning to take a toll on Richard's mental health as well. The breaking point came when Martha managed to infiltrate Richard's personal life, integrating herself into his circle of friends and colleagues. She fabricated stories, manipulated those around him, and even posed as someone he knew to get closer. This relentless pursuit left Richard feeling trapped and paranoid, constantly looking over his shoulder. Richard eventually sought help from the authorities, but stalking cases are notoriously difficult to prosecute. The lack of tangible threats and the ambiguous nature of Martha's actions made it challenging to build a strong legal case against her. It was a game of psychological warfare, one that Richard was struggling to navigate. The story of Baby Reindeer took a dramatic turn when Richard decided to transform his ordeal into art. He wrote and performed a one-man show titled Baby Reindeer, detailing his harrowing experience. This act of catharsis not only helped him process the trauma, but also brought widespread attention to the issue of stalking. Through his show, Richard highlighted the emotional and psychological impact of being stalked, shedding light on an often misunderstood crime. The performance received critical acclaim and sparked important conversations about victim protection and mental health support. As Richard's show gained traction and the legal battle with Martha persisted, the public became increasingly engrossed in the unfolding drama. News outlets amplified Richard's documentation of Martha's behavior and the mounting pressure for justice. Amidst the scrutiny, Martha's defense mounted a vigorous campaign to discredit Richard's claims, painting him as a sensationalist seeking fame at Martha's expense. Yet Richard remained resolute, bolstered by a groundswell of support from those who recognized the seriousness of his allegations. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Richard grappled with the emotional toll of confronting his tormentor in court. Sleepless nights and anxiety-filled days became routine as he prepared to relive his trauma under the harsh glare of legal scrutiny. The courtroom proceedings were marked by tense exchanges and emotional testimonies. Richard faced relentless cross-examinations aimed at undermining his credibility. Yet with unwavering determination, he stood firm, refusing to be silenced or intimidated. As the trial progressed, the broader societal implications of Richard's case became increasingly apparent. Advocacy groups rallied behind him, citing his experience as emblematic of the systemic challenges faced by victims of stalking and harassment. In the midst of the legal battle, Richard found solace in the outpouring of support from survivors who saw themselves reflected in his story. Their encouragement fueled his resolve to see the case through to its conclusion, regardless of the personal cost. Ultimately, After weeks of grueling testimony and deliberation, Martha was found guilty of harassment. The verdict was met with a mixture of relief and disbelief as Richard and his supporters grappled with the enormity of the outcome. With Martha's conviction secured, Richard emerged from the ordeal with a newfound sense of purpose. Determined to turn his pain into purpose, he became a vocal advocate for legislative reforms aimed at strengthening protections for stalking victims. Through his acclaimed one-man show and tireless advocacy efforts, Richard continued to shed light on the pervasive issue of stalking and its profound impact on survivors. His story served as a catalyst for change, inspiring others to speak out and seek justice in the face of adversity. As the credits rolled on Baby Reindeer, viewers were left with a profound sense of gratitude for Richard's bravery and resilience. His journey served as a powerful reminder of the enduring power of hope and the capacity for healing in the face of unimaginable trauma. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by the darker side of human nature and intrigued by the mysteries surrounding crime and murder, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest chilling cases and gripping investigations. Remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction, and there's always more to uncover. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.